slump at the bottom half of the standings to finally shut the haters up. But actually, it's the same reason for Aurora too, but except that they are in the upper half of the standings looking for a turnaround. Lineups are very close. It boils down to who plays the row, mid, jungle, rotations better.
Well, let's find out. We're jumping into it. It's game one of this best of three. A crucial match for both teams across. Will it be Aurora or will it be Smart Omega that gets the upper hand here?
Yeah, there's a big, two big AoE sets for Aurora. Through Light, through Edward, and technically even Demon Kite if he lands a massive Blade Surge. While Ziva and Ryzen provide a little bit more of a single target, but it could be a multiple target one too if Ryzen gets a really big knockup with his second skill and ultimate. There's a good even spread. So Omega, a threatened position in the Golem of Aurora. As you and Light hold it, because Demon Kite went to the Golem of Ryzen and took it away just in time. But the Little Wanderer goes to Ryzen. They're still pretty even in EXP.
Yeah, they're going to go trade for that, but I guess that's just one of the ways you can do it, especially knowing that the Lith Wanderer is going to go over to Smart Omega. So nothing too crazy. I mean, relatively even across the board. Who gets the XP there goes over to the gold goes to Netsky, so he gets the gold crab. And this just might be one of the ones because of the nature of the compositions as well, where that first fight essentially comes down to the turtle, first turtle of the game.
Yeah, conservative start. Both gold laners got their warrior boots. Edward got the first EXP crab in lane. Light goes for Encourage and the tough boots. Perxiva goes straight for the favor and the tough boots.
Little jump on in. Light, I think he got the information. Okay, Ryzen, yeah, wasn't going to be able to land that spiritual migration on Light. So good information here being provided by the roams, but Turtle's going to be up here shortly.
Yeah, intense duel in the gold lane. Playing it really close. Dominic and Neski, they know that they can be relatively unbothered. Omega, they're not playing for Turtle, they're playing for mid-prio.
Ryzen is short on EXP, he's down. They dogpile on a Yue, forcing him back, popping that Purify. And in comes Light, and the shifting skies! Edward finds Mingwin, the cap has fallen. DK takes Ryzen, clean Turtle take here for Aurora.
And they're gonna lose their purple buff. Terrible start for Omega, not what they wanted.
He was just trying to protect the purple buff, and he gets taken out.
What would he have been able to do? I mean, that was 4 dudes.
Oh, James,
I know you're brave.
It's the intent.
I think he was hoping that maybe the Blades would somehow be able to get the last hit of the purple buff, but he didn't get it. Big questions as to why Omega didn't put enough bodies around that RMB, the right mid bush. Through our perspective, James most likely already gave the info that they're already in Turtle, but they all clumped up together, stuck together, and that was an easy set for Light. It wasn't even an ultimate, it was a big knockback, plus the shifting skies for Edward.
He let Edward leave the lane for free.
Yeah,
tough one to deal with.
Another shifting skies, turning into torrent form, serving up a kill to DK.
Not the start you'll want here for Smart Omega or James alone. Look at this, 3,000 gold lead nearly there for Aurora. Whole lot of gold down in the hands of Edward, even more. And you know, that combination that we just saw with the Suyo and the Sora is going to happen time and time again if it's not controlled. Like if Edward's not controlled, and again, there's a reason why Sora is either so sought after or he's banned out quite a bit. It just works so well with the current jungle picks, especially the Suyo.
Yeah, Ryzen goes into the jungle of Aurora just to get a little bit more farm. Clear advantage and lead for Demon Kite, who rushes the Skypiercer on the Suyo instead of first building the Hunter Strike. And then US stole away the Feathered Airstrike here. Omega cannot heavily contest the next Turtle. If I were them, see if they can try to make a play wherein they try to trade out Turtle number 2 for maybe progress up top. But Demon Kite's already here. And Light, is he going to go up also? No. It's a different route. It's Demon Kite and Rora who actually go for invade first, and now Omega gets to the Turtle first.
That's just how ahead Aurora is. They can afford to check in on rotations and then still catch up to what eventually Omega's going to do.
Especially because it's expanding river, so they have plenty of time to go ahead and get here in position. And because of the way the nature of the early game went, Smart Omega is not going to like overstep into this turtle.
Yeah.
So UA holds on to the Feathered Airstrike, and they're just forced off of it. So looks like it's just going to be a turtle going to the hands of Aurora.
The simple threat of a shifting skies pushes back the rest of Omega.
It was traumatizing what happened to them in the beginning, the set in the mid, how James got simply outplayed by Edward, of course, with help of Demon Kite. Nothing is going Omega's way. It's all RORA right now.
I don't know, man. I think this was just the nature of the way the composition works early game. And now, oh no. Okay, he wasn't gonna, I thought Light might charge on into there. We've seen him do it before. This is going to be the response. Smart Omega might be forced to a fight.
Massive flicker, tectonic charge by Light, starting it up, taking out Ryzen. Neither responds just as quickly in the blink of an eye, but even Netsky might get taken out. Demon Kite finds another tsunami slam by Parks. The shutdown on the Light, stopping the bleeding, but that doesn't stop the trade as Demon Kite gets another 2 stacks.
Yeah, Perks even decided to lock in the Tsunami Slam onto Grok because he knew that the tower was already locked into him. Just finishing off the job. James, man, first build Warax, no full boots just yet. This is going to be a long time until James starts feeling anything close to being tanky.
Yeah, this is, I want to see how behind James is right now. He's going to have to scrap for what he can. Even if he stays on that bottom side of the map right now, he's always susceptible to a gank. And this is kind of what could happen here right now. They're all rotating down for James. Oh no.
He's gone.
He needs the team to be here. Perks, Siva is there.
Okay, big 5-man rotation by the Barangay to respond. And I think RORA have done their job. Like, they just scared the Barangay, corralled them into a corner.
Yeah. Not forcing anything. Still Ryzen trying to catch up with the farm. 3-level gap between him and Demon Kite. The next turtle is not going to go Omega at all. They have to just push down bottom if they can. But Aurora block off that possibility because they've already sent their gold laner plus their roamer here. It'll be a long time until the next minion wave comes in. That by the time the minion wave finally crashes into the center point of the lane, Aurora's already done with this turtle and they're going down to defend.
It's just so fast. This turtle's going to go down very quickly. Smart Omega has no choice to put except make play if they can. But I'm wondering, who do they even go for? Their best target might be Yue. Feathered Airstrike going to be dropped down just to go ahead and clear out that wave, but they're scrambling right now for Smart Omega. We have to look at where do they sit, maybe by the second Lord, because I don't even know if by the first Lord when it comes up that they're going to be anywhere near Aurora.
It's a shame that this lineup by Omega that they drafted is so good when they're proactive. If Perks is actively looking for Tsunami Slams and pickoffs, this is a scary lineup to face, but right now they are on the back foot. They are up against the ropes, they're in a corner, all of these figures of speech that dictate that Omega cannot fight.
Yeah, their first big loss early on really set the tempo for them, wherein they had to play defensive. Nail in the coffin was James going down quick, so they don't have another tanky frontliner to help hold on to. They are mainly pick-off. Guinevere barely has any items, so now they're just doing what they can in the opposite side of the map, allowing Nesky to farm up. He's only a level behind Dominkite, but in terms of the farm, it's almost 1,000 lead for Dominkite's Claude over the carry. They lose the tower in mid, and it was an easy take for Aurora.
Netsky senses that the Northern Lights are on their way to him. He does chunk down this turret in the top lane, tier 2, to about half health, so again, small wins. The fact that Netsky hasn't really died as often, and he's, again, just a level down. The fact that there's finite farm on the map is dangerous, though. So he has to keep himself scarce. He has to hide.
Netsky's kind of the winning piece here to this puzzle at some point. You know, that's usually what we see with gold laners, especially with the carry here.
Look, he's running.
Yeah, this is the problem, though. Like, even if they are into a fight, the rest of the team's going to get obliterated so quickly, given the certain way things are. So you need more time for James, especially, to be a little more tanky, a little more durable on this Lapu Lapu. They're going to go for a play anyway.
And they get a Tsunami Slam on the one, plus a Requiem! Down goes Mr. Consistent as Light comes in. Tech charge does not lead to much as Yue gets jumped on by Ryzen. Not enough damage to follow from Smart Omega. And in comes the smiling Demon. Gets a double, takes down Perks and Ryzen. 2 more stacks.
Omega tried to leave, but at that point Aurora was just able to chase. Great positioning, and Demon Kite arrived just in time. It was a great start to them. But at that point, they just got outplayed.
Wow. Demon Kite not here. It's Doming now who comes in. BMI gets a kill. One at Mingwin's head, but the other Kite, the brother.
The Kite brothers.
Is going for the Lord. They both have their own assignments.
They are locked TF in.
Yep.
No other way to put it, man. These are monsters you're seeing play right now.
They're Angie AF.
They are angry right now. Lord secured massive lead. This is the biggest lead we've seen today alone. Almost 11,000 gold at the 10-minute mark right now. We were talking about the vibe from RORA coming in the match. I think this lead, I think this dominant game one kind of showcases that.
It's no nonsense. This reminds me of what we saw in the M7 World Championships. It's what they call in the business an Aurora Avalanche. Omega is getting smothered.
They needed to show up like this, especially against a struggling team. Still prove that they have a chance to be dominant. Massive taunt. I believe the Terrify. Was it a 3-man Terrify from Yue?
And then just the damage from Dominkite. Just
right.
even with the autos, it's so devastating to try to fight against that.
Yeah, he also had to wait for Light to get tower aggro onto him before he could BMI back.
Yep, so look at the shield here down bot.
That
just
Lord
before
delay.
the Lord, just before the Lord. That Rampart.
Holy Shield did not touch this Lord. It will get the jump in.
Oh, they might force a fight
James,
here.
bravest fighter forward. Lord gets melted down. 2/3 of the life left on that inhibitor down bot.
All right, discipline route. Turrets going down. All tier 2s are down. Holy Shield in the bottom side is down. So they might still look to actually capitalize on this turret. Potentially starting a fight if they want to. A feathered airstrike to try to delay it.
Shifting Skies coming in. Edward commits the flicker. The Requiem and the freeze by Horizon deters Aurora from even pushing forward. Successful defense by Omega.
Yeah, and they don't overstay. Dominkite didn't lock into the turret. He locked into what could have been a potential kill. Once they saw that Winter Crown come off of Ryzen, they realized, okay, let's just back off. We don't need to overextend this. They have a massive lead. Great call by Aurora to back off.
Okay.
Oh, Malefic Gun too.
Some signs of life from Omega. Oh, wait. What's this? The Tsunami Slap serving up Light, and Light just flickers away. Nothing for the Barangay. The Retribution slowing down for Xiva. James Vanderman defense against Edward. Edward comes in, Shifting Skies, the torrent form. Ryzen catches one. And it's Mr. Consistent who falls. A free pickoff for the Barangay.
I know Edward saw all the bodies lined up there, and Smart Omega knew he'd try to attempt it.
Big picture analogy. Ryzen is so used to playing the Fanny with no buff.
Yeah.
I think he's just as good on the Guinevere who's down on farm.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is lock in the combo. The rest of it is taken care of by his team. They are crawling their way back.
Yeah, to the credit of Perks, Mingwin, and Ryzen, they are getting that combo really damn consistently. It's either the entry of Ryzen or the entry of Perks, and then once they need a little bit more crowd control, it's one or the other, and then Ming was just far in the back with the feathered airstrike, maximizing the stun. It's deadly, and they do have the burst for it, not just through the far side, but of course through the carry.
In a perfect world, they would have been doing this at like the 5 or 6 minute mark.
Yeah.
That's when they would have started, but they're down 7-8 minutes.
Yeah.
RORA has delayed them, and it's still a 10k gold lead. Lord at less than half. A lethal dance being initiated by Aurora, putting the Lord down to 1/5 of its health. It's within retribution range in just a jiffy, and Dominkite takes it clean.
Yeah, I was surprised they did show face there, potentially trying to see if they could make something happen. Well, it doesn't, but they do have pretty good clear. So even with this Lord pushing in, again, 11,000 up right now for Aurora, Omega has a potential, a chance to go ahead and clear this out if they can, because of the fact that they have a Farsa, for example. Also, just got a Divine Glaive and a Tsunami Slam.
Lightning form neutralized. That Tsunami Slam, in comes the rest of them. Started off by Light's tech charge.
Goes
and
Yue.
this is a blessing for Omega. They're able to retreat. Yue does not have an ult to steal. And that bottom lane gets pummeled, taken down, permanent damage to the base of the Barangay. Midnight might be up next. There's no waves. Omega able to defend.
Able to defend. They have that top wave pushing in. I'm not sure if they still want to try to get this turret. Perxiva just showing face, but look at that poke coming out from Yue. A feathered airstrike dropped down.
Mind you, Yue has a feathered airstrike of his own. Dominkite put down to 1/10 of his health by Netsky, so there is some damage coming from the Barangay. They saved that top lane inhibitor too. Smart Omega barely keeping themselves in this.
Given the fact that they're down this much, hats off to them to be able to still defend. You know, that's what they have to do, because these small little wins, these small little moments where they're buying themselves time could potentially allow them to get in position to actually win a team fight against RORA.
Yeah, teams have been able to come back from worse. Because their lockdown combo, again, it's deadly. It's a long crowd control time that you have to deal with, and it's almost always a sure kill. But then at the same time, they're also getting help from the turrets, wherein if anyone oversteps and is locked on and aggroed by the turret, that's who Ryzen jumps on, and then Perxiva follows up with, and alongside Mingwin.
Correct me if I'm wrong, in recent league history, the only team to have recovered from a 13,000 goal deficit was Team Falcons in Season 16 against Aurora.
Yeah.
That's as bad as it gets. So Omega...
How much gold?
13.
13,000.
Last year, last
Damn,
season.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it was part of their run of, hey, are we actually going to make it to the playoffs? We might just make it to the playoffs. Was that the Cinderella run to end the regular season for Falcons?
Well, maybe they can make it magic happen here. They still, I think, Perxiva himself has really tried to set things up. You've seen him do a couple of Tsunami Slams now, and usually, unfortunately it's Light. You've seen Light get really low, but they're starting to get to that point. Netsky is part of that equation to really shred through, because even if they go for Light and they pick him off, look, that's great for him, but right now you're in this situation.
Light is chilling.
He's chilling.
It's a game of chicken right now, man. He's like, who's going to back off first? I'm not backing off first.
Yeah.
He's chill. He's cool as a cucumber at 60 beats per minute.
Yeah, he knows like there's no threat to him at all, man. He could just stand in front of them, and what's Omega gonna do? Try to take down the Grok that can strongly counter against everything?
Yep, he's got a Pauldron, he's got an Athena shield. He basically is unbothered.
Yeah, Netsky's just waiting for his Malefic Gun, but this Scary has items. He doesn't have that range, and of course the Malefic Gun will help, but Omega, I don't think they can heavily contest this. They have to back.
Yeah, it's better off in the base. You can already see this.
We're coming in, forcing a defensive flicker out of Perks. This is what they were going to do anyways. They were not going to contest.
Yeah. Okay. Netsky's at least locked. Like, he's item locked. He got what he needed. Malefic Gun was his last pickup there, so they might be better off fighting in their base anyway, as they prep up for this Lord push from Aurora. A couple of defensive items as well. There's an immortality for Perxiva, so he's at least got that. So that might be able to buy him a little more time too. So we'll see how they play this out.
I can afford a messy initiation as well from Perks, that at least he has a little margin of error, and that's the immortality. He doesn't have his flicker, so it wouldn't be a surprising big set.
That's what I'm thinking. Was that flicker being spent worth it to ensure Mingwin could have defended and delayed this Lord take by 10-15 seconds? Because look, Aurora's in the base anyways. They only have one inhibitor left, and it's about to pop. The Lord is inside as well.
They might just force this fight here. They've got the setup potential here. They got to clear out the Lord.
Two-man tech charge into a rampart. Mingwin wailing away. Ryzen gets taken down already, and Perks is holding on for dear life. Surge of life keeps him alive, but only for a second longer. As the base gets pulled away, Aurora are taken. Game 1.
You could see the exact moment of when Omega lost that. And it was early, and it was swift. Through the clouds of Edward, the Sora and Grok together locked in a dominating game 1.
Such a dominant